All right. Thank you guys for joining me live. It's been quite a week. Quite a week. And I really, really appreciate all the interaction that you've had, that you've been doing your homework, you've been doing the assignments, and really getting some great results so far. Just the energy has changed, and I feel it. I feel the shift in people. From when we started, the messages I was getting about how people were doing, that sort of thing, versus how they were doing a couple days later when they started telling me the decisions that they were making and the changes that they were ready to make. The energy was noticeably different. So I just really congratulate you for showing up for yourself and for doing the work and for the progress you're already making. And this is just the beginning. This is just the tip of the iceberg. I do prefer cameras on, please, if you're able, if you're willing. Of course, that's optional, but I like to see who I'm talking to. Okay, so today is day 5. And instead of dropping a bunch of stuff into the Telegram, this is our main event here. So this is going to be a couple of things. Number one, thank you so much, guys. Hi. Number one, can you please throw in the chat just one change that you have noticed in yourself, in your energy, in your thought process, in your beliefs? Anything at all that you have noticed over the course of the last several days doing this work. And even if you haven't listened to it all, that's fine. I know a couple of you definitely have, because I see you and I see you showing up and I see you making the comments and reaching out to me, and that's amazing and I love that. So while you're doing that, I'll just share a little bit for the audience who comes in and listens afterward, that when we start doing this work, what we're doing is we're activating our voice. We are activating our ability to speak up for ourselves, to create our boundaries, to say what we need to say, and so on and so forth. So all the things that I talked about that voice is, and the ways that it affects your life, the ways that not being able to speak up for ourselves can have a negative impact on our life, or can keep us from not being able to communicate our needs, create our boundaries, all that other stuff. When we do this work and we start to activate that ability in ourselves, we start to believe that we're capable of it. We do some really simple physical activations in our voice. This helps us to do all those things. So why don't we kind of backtrack? I'm just going to have a look at the comments for a second here. A lot of confirmation that I'm on the right path. Amazing. Oh, there's my note taker. Hi, note taker. Feel happier, more focused on what I need to do. Perfect. Perfect. This is the goal. The ultimate goal is joy, right? We want to be joyful in our lives. We want to enjoy our lives. We want to feel like our purpose is being fulfilled, like we're living a life of purpose. If we don't live a life of purpose, how do we feel fulfilled? How do we feel good about ourselves and about our lives? And especially if we are people who are in the healing space, in the space of service, we tend to be people who want to be of service. And if we aren't doing that in a way that matters, and in a way that doesn't completely drain us of our own energy, because we're always giving to other people and serving other people first before ourselves, then we can live that life of purpose, right? So if you guys want to share real quickly, this is one of the first things that I brought up in the earlier days of the week, was if you can identify one area of your life that you are not using your voice as you would like to, something that maybe you would like to say, something that feels like it needs to be said, a boundary that you have not been able to create or that you feel like you want to create, any kind of need that you have that will help you to create the life that you want for yourself that hasn't been communicated. I would love it if you would share something there. And I remember a couple of them here from the people that are here, from the things that you shared. So I know that one of you really wants to focus and has decided, That's already happened. You have decided, and so it already is. That exists now. That reality exists now, that you are putting your body first, that you are putting your health first with a very specific focus and doing breath work every day. You know who you are. And you have made that a priority. You're putting yourself first, you're putting your body and your health first. Why? Because when we do that, we become more capable of a place of emptiness or from an empty cup. Now, I feel like maybe I did freeze. You guys froze for me. Not sure how that's going to affect the recording. What was the thing? I already spoke for one of you. What was one thing that you might be able to say, this is how I would like this to happen for me in my life? I need to voice my needs for financial security and for my physical health. Perfect. Beautiful. What does that look like? What is a tangible thing that you can change or that would need to change for you to have that financial security and for you to put your physical health first? So let's break it down a little bit more and get more specific. And then one other that is on here also was talking about creating boundaries around her workday, needing that balance, needing a balance between work, home, family, and being that she works from home, it can be hard to do. We have a tendency, if we work from home, to be distracted by the stuff around us, to be available for our family or our kids when they need us, even when we are working. And maybe we work too long, we work between other things or too late, and has decided that she is, we're careful with our words, right? She is going to be finishing work at a specified time every day, and that has become her non-negotiable. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, and I'm going to share mine because it's important for me, and this is one of the reasons why I've kind of switched gears from what I was doing before into helping people who are like us, who have this need to serve and have maybe a healership in their soul, that we put other people first over and over. I used a carpenter as a metaphor the other day, and it's very apt. Like, the carpenter has put everybody else's jobs first, everybody else's work first, and then they have unfinished jobs in their own home, or the plumber, or whatever, you name it. We put ourselves last, and that's just part of our natural tendency. And if we are doing that as healers, it shows up in the physical because we're helping other people heal. What about us? What about this body? We have a tendency toward autoimmune conditions because those are more energetic than anything. They're energetic, they're emotional, these are traumas, these are wounds that house themselves in the body because they haven't been fully felt and dealt with, processed, and released. So this isn't easy work. I won't lie and say this is going to be simple and easy and look at that, we're healed. No, it doesn't work that way. It's challenging. It can be very simple, but that doesn't mean it's easy. Okay, so we're going to do some of that today. We're going to just kind of dive in a little bit to a vocal activation first, and then we're going to do a healing session as well. So let's just see what we had to say here. The financial part is what I struggle with direction-wise. Maybe focused on recognizing my gifts and that I deserve to be secure. Yes, okay. Physical health, finding a holistic provider who I trust. Okay, so are you okay if I speak to this a little bit specifically? Yeah, excellent. Okay. Focused on recognizing my gifts and that I deserve to be secure. Okay, so there's a couple of different things here. They both come down to self-worth. Okay? Your gifts, we all have gifts. We all have gifts. It's just a matter of what they are, how they present, and allowing yourself to go inward, to say that my gifts are beautiful, my gifts are divine, they are gifted by spirit, by universe, however you want to say that. That means that they are incredible, they are special, they are unique. And even if we have a similar gift, they're going to present differently because we are each the sum of all of our experiences. Every echo that's in our soul from past lives or otherwise, and your experiences in your life that you have overcome, the things that you have healed, the things that you have learned from, are going to be completely different than the person next to you who might have a very similar gift. And so even though we are similar, we are also completely unique. And so you get to recognize that you have this beautiful uniqueness. You have this incredible body of experience that you can draw from and that has informed who you are now. And who you are now is beautiful and perfect and exactly as you're meant to be. And it's going to become even more beautiful and even more perfect and even more aligned with who you are meant to be as you continue on your healing journey. So it's this beautiful marriage of acceptance and recognition and desire for growth. And this isn't to say that you're not good enough or that we're perfectly imperfect, we'll say. It's kind of a bit of an oxymoron that we say, like, you're perfect exactly as you are, and we're going to heal. You know, we want to recognize that we are exactly where we're meant to be, and that is perfect, even if we're trying to still grow and change. Okay, and then also the deserving to be secure. Again, that comes to self-worth. Of course, you deserve to be secure. Our basic human needs include security. So this isn't a deserving thing as an individual. Every single person on this planet deserves to be secure. And you are a beautiful, divine creature with this incredible set of gifts and experiences within you. Let's feel into that for a minute, okay? So I'll invite everybody, if you're able to just kind of close your eyes for a second and just take a couple of deep breaths. I like to put my hand on my heart and just really feel into the connection with my body, feeling the rise and fall of my chest, the breath coming in and out. And then coming to this place behind the heart that houses my divine light. And I think I brought this in one of the other days. We kind of just barely touched this. That there is this light behind your heart that is the spark of your soul, or the soul seed. I've heard it called many things, but you can call it whatever you want. And this light is the divine within you. And we all have that connection to the divine. We are all created from the same source. We are all created of the same energy. And that energy is divine. We can't be created from something and not have that within us. So we have this divine light. And as we breathe into it, we can ask it to grow. So just letting that divine light expand within our chest a little bit as we go, so that we feel its presence. Now, if you think of the most incredible person you know, somebody that you really look up to, somebody that you really respect, somebody that you think is amazing and beautiful, and even though they are flawed, you still love them so much and so completely. And their flaws or their mistakes, you are so easy to forgive because you just love them so much. And you know that they deserve to be forgiven. You know that they deserve to have some grace when they make mistakes, and that doesn't affect your ability to love them at all. Maybe it's a child or a family member or a friend, and you just love them so completely that even though they're still human and still make mistakes, you see their spark, you see their light, you see how incredible they are. And you just want to tell them anytime that they're down on themselves, anytime that they're hard on themselves, you just want to tell them, like, you are amazing. You're amazing. It doesn't matter that you make these mistakes. You're still amazing. Just let that go. Let it go and be the amazing, incredible person that you are. And then take that love, take those feelings and those thoughts and direct them to yourself. Let that just become part of who you are. Let it seep in and meld with that spark of light that's in your chest, and breathe into that. And if you can say it out loud, do so. If not, just in your head is fine. I am amazing. I am so perfect exactly how I am. I am human, and if I make mistakes, that's okay. I learn from my mistakes, I become a better version of myself, and I move on. I deserve the forgiveness and grace when I make mistakes, when I'm not perfect. I love myself even so. I have a beautiful light within me. I deserve to be loved. I deserve to be cared for. I deserve respect. I deserve to be secure. Now, this beautiful person that is in front of me, that I see, that we're going to treat as well as we treat our loved ones. We're going to give the same grace, the same forgiveness. That person deserves to be secure. That person deserves to be taken care of, to feel physically well. They deserve to have their light shining out for all the world to see. They deserve to be doing things that fills them with joy and with love and gratitude and excitement for life. What an incredible world we live in. What an incredible body we have that is capable of so much. And so capable that, in fact, it tells us when we need to make a change. And through our human wounding, through our ability to ignore these things, we have come to a place where our body is saying, you really need to pay attention here. Wherever that here may be. For one person, it's in their lungs. For another person, it's in maybe their womb. For another person, it's in another area. And wherever that is for you, pay attention. Ask your body to inform you. We are not just human, we are not just divine, we are both. And the body is the vessel, is the home for that divine light, for that divine soul. Trust. Your body knows what it needs. Listen to it and let it tell you what it needs. And then as you look at different providers, you can let your intuition guide you. Is this somebody who is trustworthy? Is this somebody who will be able to help me with my specific thing? Trusting ourselves. Okay, so feel free to come back if you're still within. The uniqueness of every person, yes. Need to weed clutter that requires alignment with hubby, yes. We also want to be in alignment with other people, absolutely. And removing clutter is extremely essential. Before we bring in as much good as we can, we want to remove the clutter. And I think this was actually in one of the messages that randomly disappeared on me the other day, or was garbled. There was something weird with the sound and I ended up deleting it. Talking about removing clutter, removing mess, removing extra, anything that is in the way. And I was likening it to your home. You have a house, your body is your home for your soul. And if your house is full of stuff and you just keep adding stuff and adding stuff and adding stuff, pretty soon you can't even see the stuff that no longer needs to be there. You can't even see the garbage or the mess or the whatever that's sitting there in the background, creating a place, a situation, an environment that makes you sick. You know, if we have those kinds of things in our life, in our home, they might be making us sick and we don't even see them anymore. We don't even know where they are because they're buried under all this stuff. That's what our bodies are like. We keep on adding and adding and adding. We bring in more and more, we have more and more experiences, more and more woundings, more and more emotions that we're not dealing with, etc. If we're not clearing this out, if we're not getting rid of the clutter, there's not even any room for the good stuff that we're bringing in. Never mind the fact that it's poisoning us from the inside. So we want to clear out first. We want to let go first. And this is a great time of year on account of it being autumn in the Northern Hemisphere, if that's where you are. And if you're not, that's fine. There's no bad time for clearing. We get to let go. We get to let go. Currently working on removing clutter both in my house and my circle. Yes. Yes. Celebrating that. Celebrating you for that. And I had one person that commented on that when I said that online, and they said, where to even start? Literally anywhere. Literally anywhere. If you open a drawer and go, ugh, that needs to be cleaned out, just do it. Maybe it's a 2 or a 5 minute job and it's one drawer, but it's done and it will feel good. It can be the smallest thing. If you walk by something and you go, oh, I don't think I need that anymore, pick it up, throw it out. The end. Let go of that attachment, let go of the need to find a new home for it, to whatever. Just let it go. If it doesn't need to be yours anymore, does it matter where it goes? Of course we want to, if something is in good condition, it can help somebody else. Yes, but does it become another clutter in another place that's just waiting for you to take that action and give it to somebody else or to Goodwill or whatever? Get it out. And it can be one single item. And once you start that process, it'll feel good and you'll keep going and you'll get some momentum, and then those things will become bigger and the cumulative effect will start to happen and you'll feel amazing. Yeah. Okay. Let's get into a vocal activation. We did a little bit of this the other day in one of the sessions. I'm going to take a quick sip of water here. Our voice is our agent of manifestation. It is how we express what we need. And so we're going to support the physical voice with the energy. Okay, so we want to sit up nice and straight as much as possible. I find it helpful to get toward the edge of a chair so that my hips are tilted a little bit more upright instead of back in a slouched position. Just as much as you're able, give yourself lots of space. The front of our bodies, when it's collapsed, like if you kind of crouch forward a little bit, just get like really slouchy for a second and try and take a big deep breath. It's hard, right? So we want to be upright. We want to open that space in the front of our body for our lungs to expand, for our diaphragm to give us more space, for our rib cage to expand. The more space we have, the more air we have, the deeper our breath can be, the more that supports the sound. The breath is the medium through which the sound waves are transmitted. If we don't have the air, we don't have the sound. Let's give ourselves lots of air. Okay? And let's just go shoulders up, shoulders back, shoulders down. Nice and open in the chest. If that still feels tight, because we have a tendency to have forward posture, I like to put my hands like to the side with my elbows to my side and just open up like this. And keep your shoulders down while you do so. If there's tension there, that's a really good indication that your posture needs a little bit of correction. And I like to just hold that for a minute. It's a little uncomfortable. It's a little tight because I do a lot of forward posture work also. And just take deep breaths into that. Feel your chest expand and the muscles on the front, your pectoral muscles, all the connectors that connect your chest and your rib cage to your shoulders and your neck. Expanding and stretching a little bit. One more. Good. Okay, now drop the arms, but keep the shoulders nice and open and back. A nice neutral spine. We don't want our belly sticking out too far, and we don't want to slouch forward. Just a nice neutral spine. Okay, from this place we're going to breathe into a few different places. Let's quickly take one breath. Put your hand on your chest. A breath into your chest. Feel your rise and fall. To breathe just into the top of the chest is difficult unless you're not used to breathing deeper. If you're used to breathing deeper, it's actually hard to breathe only that shallow. But in reality, we tend to take very shallow breaths most of the day unless we're doing it purposely. So one more there. Breath into the chest and out. And then put your hand on your solar plexus, right below at the very bottom of your rib cage in the center. Breathe into there. And you have to take a deeper breath in order for that to move out for you. So do one more time. Excellent. Lower belly. Breathe deeper. Hand moving out and release. And then let's go to the rib cage. Hands on your ribs either side. And breathe so that you are pushing your hands out. This one's a little harder. But the more you do it and the more awareness you get, the more you can train those muscles to do it on purpose. Okay, and one last spot is the lower back. This is the hardest one. So if you don't feel much, that's okay. This is not, don't judge yourself for this. Hands on the lower back, kind of like above your hips. And breathe as deep as you can and see if you can feel your hands moving out just a little. And I like to release through my mouth while I am actively releasing. So we're like opening the door for this stuff to come out, anything that we're holding on, okay? Now we're going to do a quick experiment. We're going to take a normal breath and just hum, okay? Hum with me. Pay attention to how it feels. It's better if you close your eyes just so you have that extra awareness. And feel how it feels in the face, in the throat, in the body. Just notice what you notice when you hum normally. Don't worry about how it sounds. Don't worry about your pitch or how long you hold it. I'm going to set the pace, but you can take breaths and continue on if you can't hold it as long as I do. No judgment, okay? Just take a normal breath in. And we'll do it again. And just quickly pop in the chat. What did you notice? Where did you feel it? For me, I feel it almost entirely in my face. I feel the vibration in my mouth, in my sinuses, and that's where my main focus was. I know that I could feel it elsewhere, like in my throat, but it felt mostly in my face. Face, throat, face, yeah. Okay, so now we're going to do another little exercise here. We're going to bring awareness to the face, to the muscles, all the things that are involved in singing. And again, I can only really scratch the surface here in this session, but we go much deeper in my Unlock Your Voice program. So if you want to go deeper, let's look at that. Okay, so we're looking at our sinuses. How do the sinuses feel? Just a really nice, gentle exploration, okay? How do they feel? Are they tight? Are they congested? Are they painful? Are they clear? And then to the sides of the jaw, I like to put a V, one finger in front and one finger behind, and very, very gently just kind of pull down. This helps with lymph drainage. So if you're holding stuff in your jaw, there's a tendency for this to be a little bit swollen or maybe tender. This helps facilitate the lymph drainage process. Now open and close your jaw. Feel it. Notice any tensions, any pain. Move it side to side. If you have a tendency to clench your jaw, that might be from holding your words, from not speaking out and tensing. So if that's the case, you'll have tension in your jaw. And then let's bring it down a little bit gently on the sides of the neck. And again, this helps with some lymph drainage. Is there anything tender or tight there? And then we go to underneath the jaw, under the chin, very gently probing one side or the other, not both at the same time. We don't want to squish anything. And even underneath here, you can feel your tongue muscle. If you speak or say something, just say, "My name is blank," and feel your tongue moving. You can feel that muscle, and your tongue is a muscle, of course. So all of these tissues, these are muscles, these are, connective tissues, etc., that are all working together for how you speak, how you sing, how you hum, how you express with your voice. This is all part of the instrument. So is that tight? Is it good? How does it feel? Voice box, very gently again, side to side, not squishing it. Is it loose? Does it move easily, or is it tight? Sides of the neck, how do they feel? Your traps, how do they feel? This is a common tension place. And again, not judging, just noticing. This is just awareness that we're bringing to this. Where is your tension? What feels really uncomfortable? And then again into the chest. We already did a chest opening, so that should feel a little bit better, but explore it. Move however you need to really understand, how does the body feel? Is it tight? Does it like this movement? Does this feel good? Is it so tight that that actually feels bad? Okay. And now we're going to, from this place, we're going to drop our jaw, tongue to the back of the lower teeth. And if it feels tight, just give yourself a wiggle, help it loosen up. Okay? And we're going to do a quick loosening exercise. I did this in the Telegram chat as well. The horse lips. Does it work? Can you do it? Are you loose enough and relaxed enough to do it? And if you're not, if you're really tense and really tight, that might be really hard. So then just remind yourself, loosen up, we can do this. Yeah, keep it up. Good. Good job. Okay, now we're going to add a little vocalization to that. And it doesn't matter how it sounds. Excellent. Now we're involving the muscles, the air, and the vibration of the sound. We're putting it all together here, okay? Now, let's take a deep breath in and a big audible sigh. How does that feel? Let's do it again. This is one of my favorite exercises, and I like to do it standing up, and I involve my whole body. What am I releasing? And sometimes it comes out as a growl or almost a scream if I've got emotions that are just below the surface that are like, oh, thank you finally for letting me out. So don't judge yourself. Let yourself be free. Who cares what it sounds like? Awesome. Okay. Now we're going to hum again. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a breath into all those places that we explored. We're going to breathe into the chest, the upper belly, the lower belly, the ribs, and the back. And then we're going to drop our jaw, have our tongue behind our teeth, the lips closed, and hum that way, nice and relaxed. It's a lot of things to think about, so I'll remind you and we'll do it a few times. And we're paying attention to how does it feel in the body, okay? So close your eyes and take a breath in. Upper chest, upper belly, lower belly, ribs and back. Relaxed face. Breathe easy for a second. And remember that if you run out of air before me, that's fine. You can just take another breath and keep going. Okay, nice deep breath in. Chest, upper belly, lower belly, ribs and back. Relaxed face. One more time. Now breathe easy. Where did you feel it this time? What differences did you notice? I already, from doing that a few times, I just feel so calm. I feel still. I feel expansive. I feel the energy going all the way top to bottom. And if you could pop in the chat, like the difference that you notice, that would be great. So this is the beginning of our practice. This is a daily practice that we can use. So simple. All you're doing is breathing. And for anyone trying to increase their lung capacity, anyone trying to increase their air capacity, this is good. This is good for everybody, not just somebody specifically with those issues. But these are muscles. And like any other muscle, they require conditioning, right? You're not going to have big, strong, high capacity lungs if you haven't practiced to do so. Athletes, singers, people who do this on purpose on a daily basis, we tend to have a really nice big lung capacity and a strong muscular system to support that because we've been doing it for years. So if it's not happening as quickly as you want to, just remember that it takes a long time to get this full development, and every time you do it, you are strengthening those muscles, you are increasing your capacity. And that's why having it as a daily practice and making that your non-negotiable has become the thing that is going to help you. So let's see, feel a lot of energy in my eyes and face. Perfect. Felt the vibration tickle my ears. Excellent. Energy more throughout the whole body. Yes. Amy, I will talk to you later about that question about making a video. We'll touch base, okay? So we get to do this every day. More awake, less brain fog. Yes, because you're consciously bringing the energy in. And when the energy comes in, guess what? The fog dissipates. So if you don't already have a daily practice, I urge you to add this to your daily practice, even if it's just 3 breaths and 3 hums, or 3 minutes of breathing and humming, or 5 minutes or 10 minutes, more energy as well. Yes. So again, we're just touching the tip of the iceberg. With the breath, we're bringing in the prana. This is energy. Breathing brings you energy. And when we're doing it deeply and intentionally, we're going to physically increase our energy. It is so, so simple. If you had told yourself before you started doing this work, well, just breathe deeper, you'll have more energy, you would have been like, it's not that simple. Yes, it is. It is that simple. Asthma and struggle with deep breaths, great. And it feels like an exercise to help. Exactly. So we got more than one person that wants to work on their breathing and their capacity, right? So you can do that with intention, strengthen your muscles, and it will absolutely help. It doesn't take the place of, the medication or the intervention that you might need, but it might make it so that you need that less often, which is amazing progress. Every time I do any of this type of work, I yawn like a maniac. That's your nervous system resetting. That's good. These are good things. And just that suggestion made someone else yawn. Yeah, that's great, because your body is recalibrating. That's what a yawn is. Your body is like, I need a deep breath. Oh, and it stimulates the vagus nerve, right? Which calms us, which brings us stillness and peace. Okay, I've been talking for a long time. So that is your vocal activation and a very, very simple practice. Breathe and hum. Do that with intention daily for even just a few minutes, and let's see how much can change in a short period of time. Okay. I am going to move on to the sound healing portion. We'll just do a very quick sound healing. And so we're going to add intention of recalibration, of healing. If anybody isn't familiar with this work that I do, I add light language. Is everybody familiar with light language and okay with it? Okay. Yeah. Okay. So this is to bring in any divine entities. I like to work with angels. Shannon, in regards to your question, I'll touch base with you on the other side of this as well. Okay, yeah, I hear you. So we're going to bring in the peace that's available to us on a daily basis. Get yourselves comfortable. There's nothing for you to do here but receive, okay? So nice deep breath. Receiving the support that's available to you at all times. Recognizing your worthiness of this support. You don't need to do anything to receive it. You don't need to do anything to deserve it or to have earned it. You don't need to earn support. You don't need to earn peace. You don't need to earn joy. You don't need to earn stability. You deserve it simply by being. Allowing the sound and the frequencies to just enter that place of your soul seed, helping to expand the light and to expand the energy in that place of divinity, the place that is your soul, the place where your energy resides and your divinity resides, helping you to fill this place up so that you understand more fully the depth of your divinity. I see angels all around us, and one very large one right in front of me, wrapping its wings around us, giving us divine support, loving us unconditionally as we deserve to be loved. Just let that seep into your bones, let that enter the cells of your body, let that reach every extremity, every single cell, full of love, full of acceptance, full of grace. Beautiful white golden light seeping into every bone, every cell, filling us with angelic love, filling us with the light of the divine, and the divine within us, that center of ourselves, understands because it is the same. They are the same. And as that light seeps into the center where your soul is, they become one, and like two small flames touching, they become bigger, and they become more than the sum of their parts. And all this energy flowing through and into you becomes yours to hold. bring this light into your breath. Take a nice deep breath into all of this light and hum along with me. Take a deep breath in and just sigh out anything that's ready to be released now. One more time. Beautiful. So as you're ready, you can wiggle your fingers and toes, open your eyes, come back to the room. And share in the chat any final thoughts, any great takeaways, anything that you're going to leave with today that you feel will help you on your journey of full self-expression, of being your true self, of being your most full and authentic and incredible, amazing, beautiful self in the world. You all have been so amazing showing up this week. And I'm so grateful for you, so grateful that you trust me to help you and to guide you. Feel energized and awake. I appreciate you and your gifts so much. Thank you so much. That is beautiful and I appreciate that. So I just want to say and remind you that this is the beginning. This is the beginning of the journey. This is just the surface. It's the tip of the iceberg. I have many different programs running that are appropriate for all financial situations. I've got everything from $33 to $3,000. So depending on what you want, what you're capable of, what you feel like you need in your life, and what you're able to do, let's talk. I want to help you through this. And as always, I will always be providing something for free to help the people who just can't. And I want to go deeper. I want to see you heal. I want to see you heal as much as you can. And if that is for you, please reach out. I don't do pushy sales. I don't do tactics. I don't do convincing. If you know that this work is for you, if you know that I am a coach that you want to work with, I am here for it. I help the fuck yeses. If you and your body and your soul are like, yes, yes, then let's talk. And if not, that's okay. I will continue to support you in whatever capacity. I feel light, bright energy running through my hands. I have more awareness of my body. I feel connected and have so much gratitude for you in this space. I want more. Yes. Woo! That's what we're here for. Amazing. So we will touch base again soon. I have some sessions coming up today, but as soon as I'm able, I will reach out to each of you and just see how you're doing, see how I can support you, what that will look like going forward, and we will work together more. Thank you guys so much for showing up. My DMs are open. The Angel Starseed group is open, and keep telling me how you're doing, okay? So much appreciation for you. Thank you for showing up for yourselves and for me. Much love. We will talk again soon.